Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Evening Goose. Once again, I'm your host, Andrew Ginsberg. I'm a former tech employee turned stand-up comedian, and now I'm spending all my time diving into the weirdest and greatest stories in AI, technology, space, aliens, and beyond. And today, I'm talking about the one story this week that made Jurassic Park look like a documentary, because apparently, science just brought back the direwolf. Yes, the ancient, massive, thick-jawed predator that went extinct 10,000 years ago. And no, this is not a Game of Thrones tie-in. Let's get into it. Okay, so a lot of people don't know this, but direwolves, they were actually real. They're not just fantasy creatures. I think when a lot of people started seeing this article bubble up, we brought back the direwolf. They're like, what else can we bring back? Can we bring back Hagrid? Direwolves roamed North America during the Ice Age and were about 25% larger than modern gray wolves. They had bulkier heads and probably hunted in packs. It's basically like if a pit bull and a grizzly bear had a wolf baby. Make sense? They went extinct around the same time as saber-toothed cats and woolly mammoths, probably due to climate change, a lack of prey, or a union dispute with cave bears. So let's talk about this resurrection. Did they really bring the direwolf back? The answer is not exactly. This project comes from the same people trying to bring back the woolly mammoth, Colossal Biosciences, which sounds like half burger restaurant, half corporation, quite frankly. They're not cloning actual direwolves exactly, because DNA that old tends to degrade, but they are using CRISPR gene editing technology to splice the direwolf traits into the embryos of living canine species. It's kind of like if your dog had a baby and then the baby started lifting weights and listening to Slipknot in utero. They used DNA from direwolf fossils to reconstruct what made them genetically unique, and then they compared that with modern species like wolves, coyotes, and dogs to figure out what gene edits were needed to create something that was very close. So technically, it's not a one-on-one clone. So it's more like a genetic proxy. But let's be honest, no one's gonna click on a news headline called Genetic Proxy Wolf. So here's where things get spicy. Some scientists are going, this is revolutionary. We can bring back extinct predators and restore damaged ecosystems. Others are going, I don't know if we should do this. I don't know if it's a good idea to just pretend to be God. I've seen a lot of sci-fi movies and this really literally never ends well in any context. There's also the classic question I ask myself every time I eat a large pizza by myself. Just because we can do it, should we? I mean, there really are a few ethical concerns, some things to consider. What happens if the engineered animals suffer in environments they don't belong in? Like if I went to a Slipknot concert. And of course, there's always the concern that this is more about optics and PR than science. Some critics argue that calling it a direwolf is misleading. It's like calling a genetically modified house cat a saber-toothed tiger. Technically accurate? No. Marketing gold? Absolutely. So what's the point? Colossal Biosciences says that this is all about rewilding, bringing back old predators to replace ecosystems. In the same way that introducing wolves to Yellowstone reshaped the landscape, they think that direwolves or direwolf-like proxies could help in areas struggling with overgrazing and invasive species. It also sounds like a billionaire's version of a weird cardboard science fair project. Oh, you're baking a soda volcano? That's cute. I brought back an Ice Age predator, okay? Shove that in your chromatography box. So final thoughts. Here's the truth. This isn't quite a resurrection. It's more like a biological cosplay. We're using modern animals and tweaking their genetics to resemble something long gone. But that's still wild. We're not just writing code for computers anymore. We're writing it for life itself. And that raises questions not just about wolves, but what kind of future we're building. If direwolves are back, how long until someone pitches Mammoth Land at the next Disney park? So what do you think? Bold leap forward, ethical minefield, or the first draft of a Netflix disaster movie? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like and subscribe if you want more weird news about DNA, aliens, AI, and the apocalypse in general. This has been the flight of this week's Evening Goose. I'm Andrew Ginsberg. Stay wild, folks, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night. Thank you.